You are now listening to the Hot Take Hot Box.
This Sunday, and I guess we should just get right into it because they're 3-point underdogs, man. They Vegas and the public does not think the Eagles have a chance to win this game. And I mean, it's in our house. The Niners have looked great, but we are still the Philadelphia Eagles, and we're still 10-1, and we are still the best team in the NFL. I don't think that can be really disputed. I mean, we may not be playing at that level, but we are still 10-1, and this supposed gauntlet that we have had to go through, we've passed every test so far. 3-0 in the gauntlet. So, Ty, what are your thoughts going into this Niner game? How do you feel? Are you feeling confident? I know we're a little concerned, but overall, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I have some concerns with their defense. I think their defense is really solid, so I think possibly our offense could, if we fuck around, we could stall out a little bit. Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, Eric Armstead, Javon Hargrave, former Eagle great that we couldn't retain, unfortunately. Charvarius Ward, Talanoa Hufanga. Dave, not Dave, but Dre Greenlaw.
Out for the season, by the way. Hufanga.
Tore his ACL. We'll take that. I didn't even know that. Then they get Chase Young for, pretty much nothing, so that was good. Their defense is definitely full of playmakers all around, but I will say I think they're bottom 10 in third down percentage defensively. Yeah, they're bottom 11, I should say. We are third worst in the league on third down as a defense. 13 of 22 the Bills went on third downs. Not good. Not good. And pretty much a lot of those were Josh Allen scrambles that we just couldn't contain. And we also had 13 missed tackles against the Bills. Reed Blankenship had one of his worst games as an Eagle. Nicholas Morrow had probably his worst game of the year. I know he had 10 tackles, but he missed a lot, and he was just in a bad spot. Kevin Byard, probably one of his worst games since he got here. Darius Slay looked like shit. He probably should have given up the game-winning touchdown if Davis and Allen were on the same page. Brandon Graham actually played pretty well in his, again, limited playing time. Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, they played well. I noticed Nolan Smith got in there a couple times. But I'm worried as a defense as a whole. I feel like honestly San Fran could possibly, they have the recipe to win this game 31-17, right? Kind of limit us on offense and put up some points on offense for them. Their all-around game, their coaching, everything they have as a team pretty much scares me. I think, we need to see Dallas prove it, but I think this might be our toughest test in the NFC, maybe in the entire league in San Fran. Again, a lot of that is, reliant on Brock Purdy, and if he does play well, but man, he has played well this year. He's been very accurate. He's done what he has had to do. I guess he's kind of been somewhat of a game manager, but, a very good game manager, right? So, I don't know if we get Milton Williams or Lane Johnson back. I hope we do. Same with Cunningham.
I think Lane's going to play.
We are kind of banged up. It was wild to see that Lane woke up and said, "Oh yeah, my groin. I can't move it." I'm like, "What the fuck happened?" I mean, that happens to me once in a while, but geez. So yeah, I just have some concerns all around with the Niners, and I think they might be able to do it. I mean, I think they're favorites for a reason, right? I don't think Vegas is stupid. It is kind of crazy that we are at home, and I guess coming off of those wins, they did just throttle Seattle in Seattle. So I guess also they beat Jacksonville by 34-3 in Jacksonville.
They have a couple extra days to prepare as well.
Right, first week of the year, they went to Pittsburgh, 130-7. Then they went cross country to LA, beat the Rams. They have lost to Cleveland and Minnesota on the road, both close games. So I think it's gonna be a low scoring affair. It's gonna be another tough battle, honestly. So. I'm excited to see how this team looks. We have pretty much tough games the whole rest of the year, and it's just like you said, the gauntlet. We've survived so far, right? We haven't dropped a game, so we're one Jets debacle game away from being undefeated. But I think there could be some regression coming our way, unfortunately.
Yeah, are you? That sounds like you're picking the Niners this week.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to see who we have playing. Also, what if we add Shaq Leonard? Even though I think that guy might be slightly cooked, it's all right to add another linebacker. Nakobe Dean, is he out for the year, Nakobe Dean, or is he coming back playoffs?
Who knows? And honestly,
who knows?
I don't think that's really going to make a big difference.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting to see. I don't know what their injury situation looks like. I think Trent Williams might be hurt, but I'm not sure. Let's look at their injuries, actually. George Odom's out for the year. Hufanga's out for the year. So I think it might be just Spencer Burford, who was a lineman. I think we can now. The pass rush for us, it's been weird, right? I feel like we're getting home-ish. We had 26 pressures against the Bills, only 2 sacks, only 5 quarterback hits. So that's kind of an issue. Like, we're getting there, but we're not quite getting there, if that makes sense. 5 pressures for Jalen Carter, 6 for Hassan Reddick, 2 for BG, 2 for Christian Ellis, who didn't play that bad as a pass rusher. Everything else, he was kind of shaky.
How bad was that roughing the passer, by the way? You just
that was
reminded
terrible.
me of that.
That was really bad on Nick Morrow, I think, right?
Him or was it BJ?
I think it was 41 I think it was 41.
Okay.
Tony Romo, said it right away. He said, I don't know about that. So was it BJ who hit him late?
I'm trying to remember. I don't. Okay. I honestly don't remember. I was so infuriated that just kind of.
We had a couple. We've had luck this year in general, and we've had some no calls. Like the horse collar. I still think that was a horse collar, but I'm also not sure, right? Because he grabbed the inside and then he kind of grabbed the outside. Not sure about that, but the one pass interference, I think it was on Diggs, where Slayer Bradbury grabbed his jersey. I don't know how they missed that. I don't know how refs in general this year, NFL refs, have gotten worse. I don't know how they're so fucking bad at their job that they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're watching. There's stuff that's happening in front of them. They miss it. It's not just, things that happen to or against us or to or for us. It's all around the league. I noticed it. So the ref show has been a joke. I'm glad that we're the recipients of good calls and bad calls. I'll take it. I'm not going to complain about the refs helping us out. That's for fucking sure. But eventually that's going to probably fix itself. And I don't know what else. I feel like I'm being a little too doom and gloom. After 10-1, I was just at the game in KC, so you'd think I'd be on top of the world, but just scary stretches of the game where I'm just like, I don't even want to look at the game. I don't even want to watch it. I want to turn it off after the first half, and then we go 3-and-out against the Bills. I'm like, fuck, man. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
this is a repeat of last week.
It started to really feel bad. It's probably the worst I felt all season about a game, other than probably the Jets game. I was just like, what? Like, no matter what we do, it's not working, and I don't like any of the offensive play calls. Last year we did not. I think I underestimated how good of an offensive coordinator Shane Steichen was, because it's this year I just have such anger and just no confidence whatsoever in Brian Johnson, and I don't even know if it's him or if it's Sirianni and a combination of the two, but it has not been a cohesive game plan for any of these games. It seems it's every week is something different, and it's just a weird style of somewhat of a college-like offense where we're running these bubble screens and these QB draws and those down the field plays that we had to AJ Brown last year, and Devontae Smith. They're not there in abundance like they were last year. They're not there this year like they were last year. So I guess that is ultimately the concern. But at the end of the day, like we keep saying, we try to keep telling ourselves we're 10-1. We keep winning these games, but again, it's not. We don't really believe that this is sustainable. So ultimately, I do think they find a way to win this game on Sunday. The big concern for me is that advantage that the play caller, that being Kyle Shanahan for the 49ers, compared to what we have going on, which is, Brian Johnson and a lot of just kind of confusion and no identity whatsoever. That worries me, and that the 49ers are going to have a strict game plan and they are going to know exactly where they want the ball put. I think big thing, and we say it every week, and we have somewhat got to him, but then we haven't. I think the good thing is we're playing a quarterback who really can't move. Not that he can't run, but Brock Purdy is not the magician getting out of the pocket that Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen are. I think we can all agree on that. So,
yeah,
I think the advantage.
This is the week where we really need to get pass rush. Sorry.
No, you're good, and I agree. It's exactly what I was going to say. This needs to be the week where we get to him. We put the quarterback on his ass, and we just constantly put pressure on him. The same way we put pressure on him to start that game last year and in the playoffs. It was, that's how he got hurt, is because we were getting to him. And it was a freakish injury, and I didn't want to see him get hurt necessarily. But hey, we won the game, so at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. So I think the Eagles win this game. I think they put up probably something around 27, 28 points. It'll be 28-24. Eagles get it done, and I feel good about it.
Where do you think we rank in? I guess this would be total EPA, which is estimated. Wait, what is it? I forget what it stands for. Let me look it up real quick.
The Environmental Protection Agency.
Yeah. Hold on real quick. Is it estimated points added? Expected points added. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
We are 7th. Okay. Pretty much. Tied with the Chiefs, but we're behind the Bills, Dolphins, Ravens, Cowboys, Niners. Which kind of checks out because, those teams, that's probably the top 6-7 teams in the league. And I think, while we have the better record, I think those teams have probably had much longer stretches of looking good, right? I don't know if that's fair or not. Again, EPA doesn't win Super Bowls, but we were much higher than we were this year, last year.
Yeah.
So we were pretty much number 1, number 2 all year last year. And this year we've been up there, but we've slowly been sinking last couple of games. I mean, we've been outgained the last couple of games. This game we got
4 straight games, Ty, where we've been outgained.
4. Yeah, it's not good. That's not a recipe for success. And again, I'm going to keep saying it. I understand we're 10-1. Just win, baby. Just win. I'm here for it. But we need to play better. We need to play. We need to put 500 yards of total offense. We need to limit a team to maybe under 4 or under 300 yards total. And we're just not doing either of those things. It's kind of just the first half the offense isn't looking good, and then the second half the defense isn't looking good. But one of the two units is able to bail the other out with a little assistance from the special team. So, yeah, I mean, I think, now that Jalen's close-ish to 100% or, the healthiest he's been, now we have other guys who get hurt. So I think we just haven't really been able to get we haven't been able to be, the team that we are, I guess. I think maybe we're close. We're not quite there, right? Goddard's hurt. Milt Williams gets a concussion in the game that he's playing awesome.
Yeah.
Lane Johnson wakes up and his groin's fucking pulled.
Crazy.
So
he's probably clapping.
So I think, yeah, as he should. So I think also we have, our fans are doing the best, man. We're showing up everywhere. We're heckling the Bills players. They're pushing Eagles fans. Yep. That was crazy. Apparently we threatened their life. I don't know what Slapdick Jones
and
the
then
third
multiple
is going to do.
Said that wasn't true. They were just like that. I mean, honestly, when you look at the way Jordan Phillips was playing, he was playing absolutely unhinged the entire game. He was trying to injure people throughout the game. That those guys came in with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. So
yeah, him and Carl Lawson have done that for a while. I don't know if this is just a random act. Carl Lawson has done many things when he was at Auburn. So I'm not going to say that they want to kill these fans, but maybe, I understand wanting to go at some Eagles fans, but you can't do it. So hopefully a fine comes down for that. We've had our players get fined for random hits that shouldn't happen. Amon St. Brown got $50,000 fine for a block that I don't even know what he did wrong. So hopefully they reprimand them, and that'll be that. But yeah, I mean, we haven't been able to pretty much play. I mean, we're playing as a team, but to see each unit play to its capabilities. I mean, honestly, maybe our defense just isn't capable of playing like a top 5, top 10 defense. Maybe that just isn't what we're, going to be able to do. I mean, Slay and Bradbury are taking turns getting smoked every week. I think Bradbury, they threw at him a lot against the Bills, but he got the pick. He did give up a touchdown to Diggs, I think, at the end. But all in all, I don't think he was that bad. I think Slay was pretty bad. I saw Slay trailing guys pretty much all game.
Yeah.
And then both safeties played like shit. Morrow got hurt, Cunningham got hurt. So then Morrow, pretty much had to play the entirety of the game. Also, they had like 95 plays, the Bills did. So, our top guys had, I think, 90 snaps, which after a while, that's brutal. That is brutal, especially in the rain. So
how about Jordan Davis running sideline to sideline?
That was crazy. Hawking him down. Everyone's like, oh, look at the fat guy got hurt. I'm like, that fat guy just fucking went,
balls to the wall, dude. Like
foot by foot. No, I don't. Step by step with Josh Allen. So that guy can, he can do whatever he wants. I don't care. So, maybe the thing about the defense that really I'm waiting for is just the pass rush. Again, we're making some noise. We're winning some some reps. We're getting around the edge a little bit. We're breaking through to the inside, but just a second late, not early enough. Just, we're getting some pressures, but we're not getting sacks. We're not getting forced fumbles. We're not getting any of that. I feel like we had so many strip sacks last year, in the last couple of years. We haven't had, if any, not many at all this year. So I'm waiting for Josh Sweat and Hassan. Not really Hassan Reddick. I'm really waiting on Josh Sweat to kind of wake up. And usually the fourth quarter is when he wakes up and he gets that strip sack, or he gets that big sack on 3rd and 6 to make it 4th and 12. But we're really bad on 3rd down. And I think we're the 3rd worst in the league behind, I think, Arizona and Chicago. Like, that is not the company you want to keep.
No.
And getting off the field on 3rd down is huge. One of the most important things for a defense. If we're not going to get turnovers or sacks, we need to get the fuck off the field. And we just haven't been able to. And if we keep doing this, we keep tasking our defense, which is banged up, to stay on the field for 80, 90 plays. Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, these guys are going to hurt us. They're going to make us fucking pay. So that's crucial. Again, I think we already talked about it, but getting to the quarterback, number one priority this week and going forward against Dak Prescott, because what CeeDee Lamb and some of their guys can do. So, I just need to see more from some of those guys.
Also, I think it will be a huge factor is stopping the run, not letting Christian McCaffrey. It's kind of similar to the Eagles. This is the way the Eagles need to play defense: is shut the run down, make a team one-dimensional. This is how we were so good last year. We were able to shut teams down, get up to a lead, and then make them throw the ball so that our pass rushers could just know what they're doing, attacking the quarterback. Yeah. And we haven't exactly been able to do that this year, and that's, I think, what has held us back. I think if we start getting that pass rush, we'll be having different conversations about how good that secondary is and how good they look. It'll be much more positive compared to what it has been. But Ty, before we move on,
you are now listening to the Hot Take Hot Box.